What up, everyone? Time for another box. We got Nerd Block, anime theme. And I was pretty excited when I heard the theme about this one, so let's see what we got. First, we got a shirt. Gundam. Nice giant Gundam head. So this is cool. From Shirt Punch, obviously. So this is the Gildan brand, but at least they put the soft style, which does fit better than the hot, heavy cotton, so that's cool. And it's a cool design. I was never too familiar with Gundam, but I always thought it looked cool. I just never got into it. But it looked like a cool show. And I forget what they're called, but the Gundam Warrior guys, they looked really cool. And this has like a cool like spray paint design with some like spattered paint on there. So I thought this t-shirt was very cool. And very fitting. So that's awesome. Next, we got a pop figure. Dragon Ball Z pop figure. So, oh hi. Welcome. So, I knew there was going to be some Dragon Ball stuff in there. I just had no doubt about it. And I saw this and I was excited but so bummed because I already have this one. So, such a bummer. And it's even more of a bummer because I don't have all of them. I just happened to get one I already had. So, super bummed about that. But it's cool that they put it in there. So, there was much more interesting Dragon Ball stuff they could have put in. So, the fact that they put a pop was not that exciting. But I still liked them. I still thought they were cool figures. So, I got Cell. And I would have liked another one, but it is what it is. So you got a Dragon Ball pop figure. Cool. Next, we got a book. So this is how like the comic books are in Japan. They come in this little book style. Evangelion. I don't know how to pronounce that. I've actually never heard of this before, but it's a comic book. They read them backwards there, but it looks really cool. I'll check it out and see if it's any good. So yeah, it's always fun, cool to read about like new anime, so I'll see if this one's any good. But it's a good quality book, so I'll definitely check it out. What? Here. Oh boy. Alright. Moving on. Next, we got a cinch bag, and it's from Attack on Titan. So it's got the Attack on Titan logo on there. And yeah, so this one's actually kind of nice because it has bound corners on there. So they're like leather corners. And this is actually one of the waterproof kind. It's not the cheap kind, so they actually went a little bit nicer, but it is still a cinch bag, so there's not it's not a high quality bag. The whole point of cinch bags is they're just very cheap and they're on the go items. Alright, next we got some pins. So we got some Totoro pins. So they got Totoro on there. Yeah, not much to say about it. They're pins. Okay. Then, the last item, we got a bandana, a Cowboy Bebop bandana. And at first, I didn't really think anything of it, because I'm like, a bandana, that's stupid. But, it's actually a multi-purpose bandana. And it comes with this little insert, and shows all the different ways you can use it, which I actually thought was really cool. The print on it's really cool. I'll show a picture at the end. It has all the characters' faces. But this is awesome. So, it's in this like little tube shape, and you can do all kinds of different stuff with it. Like you can make it into a headband. It showed like make it into an arm sleeve. And the cool thing about it is it stretches sideways, but it doesn't stretch vertically at all, which is really cool. Like it literally doesn't stretch at all this way, but it stretches to the max this way. So it's really cool. It'll keep its shape in one direction and stretch in the other. So it had a lot of uses. It's not just like a piece of cloth that you wrap around your head. And again, I'll show a picture of all the different styles you can do with it. So, I don't know if I'll end up using it, but it's still really cool and it's something interesting. Something I've never seen before, a multi-purpose bandana like this. And the print is really cool. I really like Cowboy Bebop, and I think that's very cool. So, that being said, that's all the items in the box, so let's jump into a value of this box. You are driving me crazy. 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 You hear me? Crazy. Alright, so we got our t-shirt. Sorry, I'm trying to do this with one hand. Our Gundam t-shirt. Good quality, good design on it. $12 to $15. No argument there. Then the pop figure. $10, doesn't matter what it is. I thought it was cool to have in there. Then we got our little comic book, Evangelion. So we'll see if this is any good, but this book would run about $10. So the funny thing about books, I've said it a million times before, I'm going to put a value of 6 to 10 on this because the market value is about $10, but there's always a resale market for books, and it's always much cheaper than the MSRP on these books. So it's technically worth 10, but I'm sure you could find it much cheaper resale online in perfect condition. So 6 to 10 on that. Next, the cinch bag. So I'm going to put a value of like 5 to 7 on this. It was a nicer cinch bag, but again, their cinch bags are just very cheap. They're just so often given out for free most places, so there's just not a high value. This one might have a little bit higher value than that, but it's just not anything too special. It did have a logo, it was semi-nice, but right around that range. Then, the pins. Nothing special about these, a buck or two. Pins are just way too easy to make, way too easy to recreate. So really nothing special about it. And was that everything? Yeah. So the value on that was 44 on the low end and 54 on the high end. So as far as Nerd Block goes, this is one of the lower valued boxes. Oh, I'm sorry, I totally forgot about the bandana. The bandana is the last item. So I put a value of that. I put about $10 value on that, but I'm not too sure on that. So don't quote me on that. I'm going to give it right around 10, but honestly, that could go in either direction. I don't know a lot about those type of things, like the clothes, accessories. I looked up similar things, so right around 10 on that one. It could go higher, it could go lower, depending. It was a very specific thing. But anyway, like I was saying, low end 44, high end 54. So this has been one of the lower nerd blocks as far as value is concerned. You usually get a right around 50, but it's 50 on the high end. It's usually 60. But not a big deal, though. That's not a bad thing or anything like that. So it's not a complaint or anything. I'm just pointing that out. But nerd block's always consistent. They always give good value, and they got good stuff. So I'm going to give this one right around a 7 out of 10. I may change it up or down, maybe down a little bit. Because you kind of have to be into anime to like any of this. I'm not a huge anime fan. Honestly, a lot of these I didn't recognize what they're from, but it's still cool to find out about them. The only complaint I do have is that I would encourage companies to not pick themes that already exist as separate boxes. So they picked an anime theme. Nerd Block doesn't have an anime box, but there are so many out there. Just like I doubt Nerd Block would ever pick a horror theme because there are so many horror boxes out there. So it's hard for them to... I would never recommend picking a theme where boxes already exist like with that general theme. I had no problem with this. It was still definitely cool to see, but they definitely didn't do it as well as some of the actual anime boxes. But I thought this was cool. You knew what you were getting when you got this. They told everyone it was going to be an anime theme, so... if you liked anime, I think this would definitely be good for you. But even if you didn't, I think that the general population would appreciate it. So, right around a 7 out of 10, I think, is fair. You got good value, you got some interesting stuff. I liked it. So anyway, nice and quick video, not much else to say. This has been Nerd Block, no surprises here. Thank you for watching, love you all, peace.